This section is about charts, both using native Excel charts, but also then just a section below using Matplotlib charts, the charting engine that Python has to offer. First of all, let's execute this cell. It'll create a new workbook ready with a couple of easy sample data. And now to do that, again, similar to what we would do in VBA, we can add a chart here. We can set the data source, and then we can change the chart type, and we can also place it at a certain coordinate, so at a certain cell. So let's see how that went. We place it here at the cell A5. It's a line chart, and the source here, as you can see, is whatever we have put in here using the dynamic expand method. Using the top function, the top property here, bear in mind that this is a point, a distance of the points from the upper left corner. So the easiest way, if you would like to use that to really place it at the top of a certain cell, is the way that I do it here. So just use again the same property of the range object, and it'll do an easy placement here at the top left of cell A5. But obviously you're free to also change that into absolute points and not bind it to the location of cells. Then let's just see how we could change that into another chart type. To find out about how XLWings calls the different Excel chart types, you can have a look at the constants. So here I just print the first 10 of the chart types, and you can have a look at those and find the one that you want to be using. That's about all there currently is about Excel chart support. It's not a whole lot, but it gets the basic covered. Let's close that sample book again, and let's turn now our attention to the Pythonic way of creating charts. So to do that, I'm going to import a few more imports here. We're going to use a SciPy function. We're going to use obviously Matplotlib, and bear in mind, using it in a Jupyter notebook, the easiest way is to use that magic line here, Matplotlib inline, which will allow us to use or to display a Matplotlib chart inline here embedded in our Jupyter notebook. What the chart does is not so important. It's a swap rate chart. It's an interpolation, a quadratic interpolation of a couple of swap rates. So it produces a curve, a complete curve, but it's just to show that a couple of operations, a couple of constructions in the charting area are probably a lot easier to do with something like Matplotlib at hand than what you would have to do if you wanted to have a basic solution in Excel. So that was just an excuse to how, why to use Matplotlib at all. Now, we're starting up a new workbook again, and to add the picture of such a Matplotlib chart, we can just use pictures.add, and then we have to pass in here the figure object of our Matplotlib chart. There's a couple of ways of how you can get that figure object also if you produce a Matplotlib chart from pandas or from any of the other libraries that use Matplotlib underneath. And so you should be able to apply that same principle on other charts that are not produced directly in Matplotlib, but by a level higher from another library. So this is how it's done. As you can see, it transfers over the chart as a picture, and you just need to make sure that apart from the figure object, you do supply a name here, because that's the unique identifier that we will use to update that vary plot in a later call. So the update equals to true here is explained further down in in the box here. So if you do say update to true, then picture add the next time will just replace that picture with the same name without resetting any of the characteristics like position or the height or width of that image. If you click on it, you will see here that name of the picture. That's the one we just gave over here. So that's our identifier. Now in here I have a little variation of the same call. I produce a second picture, and I just wanted to show you that there is a way of tweaking some of the properties here right when adding the picture. And for example here, as you can see, I've tweaked the width and the height. So that's a way of doing it. The other way of doing it, the alternative way of doing it, which will take advantage of our update true keyword here, is to just change an existing picture here by the name that we gave it here, by our plot object. And so as you can see, this is an easy way to manipulate an existing chart on the Excel workbook. Now, if I would now go back and change here the picture, so let's say we would take away the 30 years here and also here, and then would say we would just go for 10 years, then that will look like this. And by rerunning this command, as you can see, it'll just replace the picture. So it's kind of almost acting like a native Excel chart that you can control from the outside, and you can place it somewhere else and it'll still just be replaced without being reset in any other way. To conclude this section, let's also close that workbook again.